Subscribe to Bloody Monday and watch chilling horror stories almost every week. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Long ago, there lived a beautiful girl in Mexico named Maria. She belonged to a poor family, but was known in the village for her beauty. One day, a very wealthy man who visited the village fell in love with her at first sight. Maria was also attracted to his charm, and she happily accepted his marriage proposal. After the wedding, they started living in the same village. Everything was going great, and 2 little kids joined the family in a few years. Her husband had to regularly travel for work and couldn't come back home many a times. As time went by, he stopped coming back home. After more than a few months when he did not return home at all, Maria felt devastated. She kept weeping so much that it felt like those tears have left permanent marks on her face. Her beauty faded and she grew pale. Later, she got to know that her husband married another beautiful young lady in the town. Maria, angry and hurt, took her children to a river and drowned them in a blind rage. When she heard her kids cry for help, she realized her blunder and started looking for them. But it was too late. The river had already carried them away. Few days later, she was found dead at the riverside. Challenged at the gates of heaven for the whereabouts of her children, she was not permitted to enter the afterlife until she finds them. Stuck between the land of the living and the dead, she spends eternity looking for her lost children. Near the seashores of Latin America, she is always heard weeping for her children, earning her the name La Llorona, or Weeping Woman. It is said that if one hears her cries, they should run the opposite way. It could bring them misfortune or even death. La Llorona kidnaps wandering children at night, mistaking them for her own. She begs the heaven for forgiveness, and after knowing that they aren't her kids, she drowns them in water. In Mexico, one such incident happened with Pedro. He was 13 years old when he was playing with his younger brother near the river. Accidentally, their ball fell into the river and they went looking for it. Suddenly, Pedro heard a lady crying and stopped. But his little brother went ahead. What Pedro saw next was unimaginable. He saw a woman in a white gown with a veil rising from the water. She lifted his brother in her arms and vanished into the river. Pedro shouted his brother's name, but nobody appeared. All of a sudden, the woman reappeared and tried to drag Pedro into the river. He somehow threw a stone at her and managed to escape. Days passed, but his brother never returned. People said La Llorona took him away. Until date, people claim to have seen her at night around lakes and rivers, wearing a white gown and weeping for her lost kids.
This is the story of a Navy officer, Charles, and his wife, Linda. Charles belonged to Mexico, but because of his posting, they both had been living in America. After months of hectic work, Charles finally managed to get a long vacation. Linda had not met Charles's family yet, and hence Charles decided to get a visit to his family living in Mexico and spend his entire vacation there. They weren't able to meet his family even once since they got married and moved to America. Also, Linda was 7 months pregnant, and Charles thought it was the best time to visit his family, as Linda will get all the right attention and care needed during this time. After all, the most important member of the family was about to join them in a few months. When they reached Mexico, Charles's family welcomed Linda with a big heart and prepared her with lots of great Mexican dishes. Linda also helped her mother-in-law in the kitchen, and they started to gel instantaneously. Linda was really happy that she was finally getting to spend some quality time with Charles's family. That very day, when Linda was walking towards the kitchen, she happened to notice her room in their house. The door of that room opened by itself. Linda saw a little girl in the room, facing the wall and scribbling something on the wall. When Linda came close to the girl suddenly turned and gave her a death stare. Linda got really scared and she screamed. Hearing this, the family ran to find Linda, and they told them that the girl is Charles's elder brother's daughter, who's mentally unstable. Linda got really disturbed, and Charles took her to their room so that she could rest for a while. Charles told Linda that one day her niece had gone missing from their house. When everyone searched for her, she was found lying unconscious near the sea. Since then, she's been mentally disturbed and has been doing all sorts of weird things. People claim that she's in this state because she had seen La Llorona. When Linda asked further about La Llorona, Charles told her that it is a spirit that roams around the sea in Mexico, who in her anger had drowned her own kids and taken their lives. Now the spirit thinks of other kids as her own and wants to take them away. When Charles was telling her more about La Llorona, someone called him outside. By the time Charles came back to the room, Linda was fast asleep. After a long and tiring day, Charles also went to bed. Late in the night, Linda suddenly woke up as she heard a woman crying. Slowly, the sound of the woman weeping started to increase, as if the woman was coming closer to Linda. Suddenly, someone banged their room's door, and the sound of weeping stopped. At first, Linda got a little worried, but she ignored it and went back to sleep. Just when she closed her eyes, a toy in the room near the mirror started playing on its own. When she got up to turn off the toy, she looked into the mirror. She saw a reflection of a woman standing near the window, and as soon as she turned back, she didn't find anyone. But when she turned back to see the mirror, the woman was standing right behind her, this time with a baby in her arms. Only then, Linda had noticed that her baby bump had disappeared. The woman gave a menacing smile and pushed her back with a lot of force. By then, Charles woke up from his sleep, and when he switched on the lights, he found Linda lying unconscious near the bed. When Charles moved his hand over her belly, he was left in shock. After regaining consciousness, Linda cried her eyes out. She told all the family members about the incident that happened with her. Her sister-in-law hesitantly took just one name, La Llorona. The next morning, they got news that a dead body of about a 7-month-old baby had been found near the sea. Charles took his wife and went back to America and never ever returned to Mexico. After that incident, Charles even stopped going near the sea and resigned from his job from the Navy. Years passed, and Charles and Linda had forgotten everything about the incident and were living happily in America with their 2 kids. But one day, while playing with his friends, his son went by the sea to pick up his ball when he heard a woman weeping. Who was La Llorona? What is her story? To know more about her, subscribe to our channel, and if you like this story, hit the like button and share it with your friends.